back here in Vestal, New York. We're going to 174. Army's got the lead right now, 16-3. We're going to Dimitri Gamkrelidze for Binghamton at 174. And he's got a big task here. He's got Ben Pasiuk. He's a senior from Carrollton, Ohio. He attended Carrollton High School. Again, Coach Ward going where he needs to go to find the talent he needs. Ohio, Georgia, he'll go wherever. He'll go to Russia or Georgia and find a guy, which Gamkrelidze does have some Georgia ties, and I don't mean the state, I mean the country. So, also a two-time judo national champ, as I mentioned earlier this evening. Great leg attack, but great counter by Ben. Oh, that was good. Just a veteran. He's won a lot of big matches. He's been ranked as high as top 10 in the country. Pinned Jack Janda last weekend in 108, which in college wrestling is pretty quick in the match. Dimitri's in a good spot here, actually. He's got his head down. He needs to chase the far leg. He was in a good spot. Ben's a veteran, though. I mean, EIWA runner-up last year at 174. Obviously an NCAA qualifier by virtue of that. He's qualified for the NCAAs all 3 years that he's wrestled in college. Let's be careful on knees here. Hopefully nobody gets hurt, but great scramble. Ben's looking really good here. Crossface, yep, there it is. Great scramble. Ben was a 4-time state finalist in Ohio. State and national champion his senior year. There's the escape. 3-time All-American. 50-16 in his career coming into this season. So he's done it pretty much all. He wants to be on the podium this year. Obviously, he's putting himself in a position to be on the podium, being ranked as high as he is. Did take a loss to Lennox Woolock from Columbia, but like I said, he rebounded quickly and then ended up pinning Jack Janda, who's a very good competitor for Drexel. Look at that leg attack. That's clean. But look at the defense. That's textbook. Gets his leg back, separates the arm. He's got his wrist on the mat. That's exactly what a coach wants to see. 3-1 right now. Coach Ward just said, you know everything you need to know. Trust it. Keep going. I can't emphasize enough how much I like the coaching styles of Borshoff and Coach Ward and his staff. It's just intelligent coaching. Like, we don't need to be meatheads here, right? Like, let's be smart. So, Gamkrelidze brings the match down to 3-2. 1:35 left in the second. Good hard hand fight there, but gosh, you know Ben's not gonna back down on anything. Like he's super strong. So is Gamkrelidze. You can tell that Gamkrelidze really thinks about the sport in a very cerebral way. Like, oh, look at this, and this is where it could be a little dangerous for people that Dimitri wrestles, because he can do that overhand tie, underhook. Like, you just got to be careful when you're wrestling him, because he's got so many tools with upper body wrestling, judo background. Yeah. So closing in on 30 seconds here in period 2. And the coaches stay aware of things, and they say shots coming, which it is. So stall warning on Gamkrelidze. And you know what? I think Ben's done enough to warrant that, but, like, I just don't feel like Gamkrelidze is essentially stalling. I think he's fending off some pretty good leg attacks. 9.2 left in the second now. 30-second advantage time for Ben. Close match. I mean, for somebody ranked that high in the country, Gamkrelidze is doing a really good job of keeping it close here, putting himself in a position where he could, essentially convert on a takedown, or maybe something even cooler than that. He's capable of that stuff. Oh, see, that's what he does. That's a great little leg sweep there, foot sweep. So now 4-2. Riding time's actually not a factor. And this is where the 3-point takedown comes into play. Oh, really good leg attack by Ben there. He got it up right away. Gamkrelidze doesn't mind this position, and that's why. That's why. And he's up 5-4. Kyle's telling him to cut him. He's got to fend this off. So riding time's not going to be a factor in this match. If it's not going to be a factor. If it goes to overtime, we'll talk about it, but we got to see this again. Look at this. Overhand tie, little foot sweep to a double. That's what I told you guys. Like, he's capable of this, and people need to recognize that. Or if they don't, these things will happen. But, I mean, he's wrestling a top-ranked guy in the country right now. Beautiful single. And, like, you can't rely on that every time, though, because, like, he's in a good spot here. His hand's out. The ref didn't see it. The ref didn't see it. His hand went out. Watch. His hand's out. So if it was 2 before, then I get it. Oh, so I get this. He's saying that he grabbed the out of bounds on purpose. Okay. I understand that. You know what? That's a very good call by the ref. So he's saying that it's a penalty point because he made sure that he grabbed the mat so that it wouldn't be a 3-point takedown. I understand the strategy. So they're going to review this again. I just love Coach Ward's coaching style. He goes, is that a technical violation and a stall warning? Great question to ask as a coach. Like, you got to be greedy, but in a very, very passive way and very intelligent way. Love it. So 6-5, that wasn't the worst thing for Gamkrelidze, and this has just been a fun match. And this match pretty much dictates the duel in general because the other matchups are so really, really strong. So Army's putting themselves in a really good spot to win this duel. And Gamkrelidze now is in that front headlock situation. He's being really aggressive. So they're going to give a restart, 23.5 left. Good level change. I like what I'm seeing about both of these guys. And now he's in that under-over, which is not where you necessarily want to be with Gamkrelidze. So there's their stall warning. And Coach Ward's kind of right. He's like, we're just defending a shot. I agree with him there. But they're going to come away with a tight 6-5 win, which is huge in the team score. These guys really respect each other, too. We're going to go to 84 coming up here. This will be a